Hey there, friend, it's Mark from Men Who Bullet, and as you saw in the title, we are doing another flip through of a bullet journal. This is actually my fourth bullet journal. This was a Leuchtturm 1917, and this is actually the last time that I used a Leuchtturm as my bullet journal. Anything after this was actually when I moved into Archer and Olive. But we're gonna take a look at this one. This was March 2019 through October of 2019. So we're looking at about 7 months worth of bullet journaling, which is what I've been averaging in most of my bullet journals. It doesn't really change very much. 7-8 months is about how much I get. So we'll be taking a flip through, checking out some different spreads, just kind of talking through it. And I promise that it won't be as long as some of the other ones because, woo, some of those can be a little bit long. So we'll be cruising through this one today and taking a look. So let's go ahead and get started. All right, let's go ahead and get into it. This is a Leuchtturm 1917. This took me from March 2019 through October of 2019, and my fourth bullet journal. This is exciting. Let's see what the inside looks like. All right, so over here we have open pages. This is something I used to do. I don't like to necessarily skip pages, but if I need to, I used to come over here and write in the pages that I skipped. And then when I had to take a note or do something else, I would come back to this page to find which page it was, and then I would cross it out. Also have how many squares are horizontal and vertical on the page, which was a quick reference for me as I was trying to figure out how to do my different page spreads that we're going to take a look at today. I am a big user of the index. It's actually, there's two things that I love about Leuchtturm and one major thing that I don't like about them. The one thing I love about them is that they already have the indexes that are already built in, and I love that there's already page numbers inside of these notebooks. But what I don't love, and you can see, is how badly the ghosting is. This is one of the reasons I actually moved away from Leuchtturm notebooks as a whole, is because of how just bad that ghosting is. It just really bothers me as I go through here and can literally read the page that's coming after this on this page here, or seeing the writing on the other side. But at this point, it's just really trying to figure stuff out in my bullet journal. So I don't think I didn't know what I was missing out on just yet. I had only used Leuchtturms up until this point. I used like a Walmart brand notebook once to try a bigger size, and also didn't really love that. So it's just something that I just noticed now, and I'm like, oh, how did I even survive using this notebook, knowing it was ghosting so badly? My future log, pretty well taken care of, I gotta say. I was really big into color coding because I want to rewrite all of the different dates. I felt like at this point, like I had to rewrite everything, and I was like, there's no way. So this is where you start to see me kind of move away from the traditional bullet journal method. So I would highlight things like gymnastics and what days they were for my girls as we went through, and I just would take those and then transfer that over to the monthlies as we went into it. So overall, successful future log there. And then we move into our first weekly. So one of the things that I really love about my bullet journal and how I bullet journal is I really focus on weekly spreads instead of daily spreads. Just how I work. It's how I like to work, especially because I use my bullet journal at work. So it makes sense for me to kind of be able to spread things out, take a look ahead. It blows my mind that I was able to fit an entire week just onto one page. I now am inside of a B5 notebook and use 2 huge pages every single week. When I used my A5 before that, I was using 3, 4, 5 pages of notes and tasks every week. So it's really weird to me to look at this and see that this is what I did. But just playing around with some different colors with the dates behind here, and just really filling up events for the day. Oh, look at that. March of 2019, I hit 7,000 followers. That's pretty cool. Just taking some notes and things like that. Nothing too crazy. I just wanted to show this page, just a collection page I do for any reoccurring meetings. This is where I really started to do that a lot more. It's in some of my older flip throughs as well, but just how I work, I think it makes the most sense for me. What do we got over here? A little Instagram tracker. Look at me. All right, so let's see. We were at 7.1 on March the 27th. And then we worked all the way to 8,000 in July. So if you're ever curious on how quickly you can grow or how slowly, depending how you're looking at it, we had a big growth month in May, and then some big jumps in June, and then July hit the big 8,000. That's pretty cool. All right, here's a big weekly spread. So this was in March the 25th through the 29th and the weekend. Got some Ecoline watercolor brush pens up there I can see. Just did an overall weekly here. We got a sleep tracker down here, a mood tracker. And then I was also tracking the songs during the week. I love music and I love tracking, and this was a really fun way for me to do it in here. So let's see what I was listening to. That's why I love going through this. Iggy Azalea, Sally Walker. Oh my goodness. Weezer, AJR, Binge Mode, Harry Potter. Oh, I love Binge Mode, Harry Potter. It's so good. It brings me back. And then Spotify's New Music Friday playlist. So good stuff happening there. We got a little monkey with the monocle. I think this was, I asked on my stories, if I remember correctly, like, give me all the elements. What should I use? And people were like, use washi and a mood tracker. And then I think Nicole from Plans That Blossom actually recommended a monkey with a monocle. So that's where he is. And then I've got a quote on here. Don't judge my choices if you don't understand my reasons. Wonder why I picked that one. All right, we got an April monthly overview here with some events. We got a little calendar, and then just a big A with dots inside of it. That's exciting. Carried it over into my week. So we've got just a one-page weekly. New beginnings are often disguised as painful endings. Oh, okay. Okay, Mr. Emo. We've got some more washi in here. This must have been when I started to use washi more. Like, this washi is just here. I cover up names and like events and things like that just because privacy and just, this is for work. So I don't want to put anyone's name or anything out there that didn't give me permission. So I just cover them up. But this orange inside of here, though, was a part of this week. I tried to put a little music thing here. I tried to do another music tracker and just did not. We've got some more just notes here, lead team meetings, lean production. So again, just showing that it isn't all about weeklies. I actually take notes inside of my bullet journals, intake requests, leadership forum. So again, must have been some type of a meeting. You can't change the past, so rewind, and you can't fast forward to the future. So a little bit of that. These are actually fun notes to go back through. I feel like, because I don't remember anything from that meeting now probably, but it would be neat to see and kind of, refresh the brain a little bit. Here's a fun weekly. Look at that, April. So that's April 2019. We did a full week here, including a Saturday and Sunday. That's kind of a big deal. I don't really do weekends, as you can see why. And the next week, we've got some notes down here. That's pretty neat. A little double font. What do we got? Ooh, Bujo 2-year anniversary. That's exciting. So 4th bullet journal in 2 years. Not too shabby. Some self-talk notes. Oh, this is from the meeting before that we saw. Continuation. This week, ooh, this is neat. All right, it's a little one-pager. We've got tasks going down here, kind of like a running task list, it looks like. I had vacation going on this week, so it looks like I got to get a lot of stuff done before vacation. So all of that was here. X'd out my task, moved anything that needed to move. Sleep tracker without actually knowing how many hours I slept. Let's see what we got. Song of the day. Every Game of Thrones podcast. Yeah, I probably must have been, Sunday, Game of Thrones, and then Monday, I just listened to all of my Game of Thrones podcasts for the review. What do we got? Selena Gomez birthday, Imagine Dragons Natural, Grayson Chance, Shut Up. Oh, I don't know what song that is. Kaleo, AB, Way Down We Go. All right, well, I'm going to have to look those up and try to refresh my memory on those. And then the weekend was beach waves. So that must have been vacation I was going on, heading down to the beach. All right, what do we got here? A messy weekly. That means that this was probably set up after a weekend at the beach. And then, literally got right into work and, just started writing stuff down. I missed a Wednesday on here somehow. So we've got off work on Monday, Tuesday, and then skip right to Thursday. Makes sense. And then just a bunch of notes for this week. That's funny. All right, another one-page weekly with a running task list, it looks like. This is actually very close to what I do now for my bullet journals. I have a weekly overview and then tasks just throughout and notes throughout the week, except now they take up, like I said, 2 pages of a B5 versus a little baby column over here. All right, what do we got going in May? Look at me having some fun with some colors here. A little calendar. What is this? 4x4x4. Oh, you know what that is? That was like a breathing technique, I think. Was it like you took 4 breaths, for 4 seconds, and then you did that 4 times a day. I must have only done it twice a day, or maybe like twice in the morning, twice in the afternoon, maybe. And then DG, what is this? Feeling confident in the team to keep things moving if I have to be out. You are excited to try new things and fail fast to make better improvements, DG. Oh, it must be daily gratitude. I did it almost every day. Look at me. I'll do that now. PM for design. Oh, this is interesting. So this is like, so I'm inside of design operations, right? So I think at this time, so this would have been 2019, I said, right? 2019, I was starting to explore design operations more, starting just to figure out what in the world it was. And so it looks like I must have been just doing some research on it. Like, what does a PM for design do and how do things happen? Which is a bit different than what I do now, but this was the start of it for sure. Just a quick one weekly here on one page, little cheesy looking mountain with a little drop shadow on it, and a quick week overall. Design team alignments. Here's just a real quick weekly. It's cool, kind of cool looking, little like minimalistic looking deal, like architectural type drawings, and then a big long task list. I wonder what pen I was using, how little that is, like how thin it is. This must have been my Muji period. I used Muji pens forever. Well, that's kind of neat looking. It's kind of a pattern with some drop shadows on it, and like a real quick weekly. That's real fast. All right, mid-year. Oh, so this is kind of cool. So this is, sometimes I would set these up. I think it makes sense. So we would do mid-year reviews at work. I would put all my team members' names here, and then I would put, when I finished their review, the date that we set to make those things happen, and then when they were submitted. So that's just, some lettering. I think that was supposed to be me. A little picture of me at the halfway point. It's pretty cool. Ooh, look at June with some big Monstera leaves. And then we go into more weeklies, some cool drop shadows, playing around with some fonts here. That's neat. That's cool, like very simple, but I like the way that looks. Here's another weekly. Let's use a little stencil for these. A quick deal. We got over here some more drop shadows. Let's see, what do we say here? I can be changed by what happens to me, but I refuse to be reduced by it, from Maya Angelou. Something must have been going on. I'll have to read back through some of these notes to see what's happening, because a lot of these quotes up to this point have been about like, you can't hold me down type things. That's funny. This is a cool little layout here. Not enough room to like really write anything, it feels like, but got some notes inside of there, and then nothing on the weekends. This is why I don't put weekends inside of my bullet journal. I feel like in almost every single one of these, I don't use the weekends. It just doesn't make any sense. So here's just some more notes. Ooh, here's a big calendar we got going on here in July with some fun little letters. Kept that theme going. Golf and running. Oh, so, oh my gosh. I don't know if it's in this notebook or not, but there is a tracker that I have where I did a workout, and it would be blue if I did it, and then I would do red if I didn't do it. So golfing, I only did once. It must have been on a Monday. And then running, look at me running. And then I stopped tracking. Oh my goodness, Mark. What are we in? July. So this is probably a short week. Yep. Fireworks, relaxing, 4th of July weekend. So a bunch of things, a little vacation list, things that I need to bring along with me. And then here's another weekly. Isn't this funny? Like, look at this. I only like filled in like 3 days during this week. I wonder why. Was I not doing things? All right. Oh, look at me with a little makeshift Dutch door. So must had a new stencil, because that's everything looks stenciled, but there's like nothing on these pages. I don't know. I don't know if it means that I just wasn't doing a lot these days, or not a lot of notes, or not a lot of meetings. I don't know. This is so funny to me. Task on the inside flap. This is me just being cheap, by the way. I never wanted to cut. I still don't want to cut any of my pages, so I just folded them to get the look. All right, what do we got here? It's the interesting looking weekly. Who knows what I was doing? More vacations. Ooh, that's cool looking. Look at me. What was I doing? August. What's that, a little monkey? Maybe it looks like a monkey, kind of. Gorilla. But I like this, though. That looks neat. Look at me. I'm proud when I see some of these things. Ooh, hello, Insta Tracker. This is neat looking. I think I was trying to go for like a paper fold look here. So what do we got? This is a big one. This is 8,000 to 10,000. Damn, that's a long time to track. So what do we got? So we saw before we hit 8,000 in that earlier one. So what did I do here? Oh, here it is. 8.1 thousand on July the 13th. And then we got to 9,000, 9,900. And then we got to 10,921. Whoa, that's a lot of growth. That is a lot of growth. That's 1,000 followers in, what's that? 10, 11, 12, 13 days? Holy crap. That's awesome. I wish I grew like that now. All right, back at it. So must be back from vacation and just tried to do something here. I obviously had an idea in mind. I just got some notes on there and got water or something all over this. All right, another weekly. We saw something like this before with the running lists, so I must have been into those at the time. We got here some overlapping stuff. It's kind of cool looking. Functional, maybe not as functional, but it looks neat. Oh, this is cool. This I remember because we went to a museum in DC, and I must have seen some like minimalistic or architectural drawings or whatever, and I took pictures of them and then tried to bring it into my bullet journal. So just trying to follow along with that. That's kind of neat looking. Whoa-dee. What is going on here? Oh, this is the washi tape. I know this. This is from Appointed. I'm curious if I'm looking to see if I did any, here, ideas for workshops. So I must have been going to do a workshop at Appointed, and then they had sent me stuff in advance. So it must have been the washi tape that I then included inside of here, which it's funny, I don't use a lot of this now, but I do like it for the calendar or like the schedule deal. I've done those before. So that's kind of neat, but I don't know if that worked all that well from a standpoint of like crossing things out. We got September, going back to school. Some lettering going on there. Design community, just notes. Design Ops Summit, that's a big deal. Where is I going? To New York for this one? I wonder if this is the first one that I went to or if this was the second one. But I put down kind of my travel notes here where I was, checking in. Stores that I wanted to visit. Muji's on here, of course. All right. Ooh, September. Oh, I must have messed up on here. I don't usually do this. I bet you there's a mistake. I covered them up. Get it started halfway there. You did it. Relax. Yeah, Mark. What were you trying to hide? What were you trying to hide? And some sleep trackers going on in here. All right. Ooh, this is a cool, fun one. So just big blocks, and then we just got some stippling. Starts pretty heavy and then goes lighter. It does have a very cool effect to it. I like that. Ew. Ew, that's all I gotta say. What was I even thinking here? What is that? They cranes or something? Ooh, look at this hashtag. Hashtag for days, no lie. Oh my gosh. I used to be really big into tracking my hashtags and things like that. This is all bullet journaling, trying to find the right hashtags to use and all of that. So I should come back to this page and start using some of these again now, because I haven't used a lot of these in a long time. Notebook therapy, the journal life. These must have been people too. What's that? 812 journal. Interesting. Journal junkies, journal love. Men who bullet, the most important hashtag that any of us can use. All right, we have some notes. Got October, me trying to get fancy there. This is a very minimalistic monthly view and some me writing my name for some reason. All right, this is October, so this would be towards the end of this notebook.
Just a big long weekly. I still am just like, did I really try to fit all this stuff in this little itty bitty space? It's so funny to me. So funny to me. All right, now we're getting into like how I roll now. So must have got some stickers. It's a sticker there. And I obviously was going off of a neon sign theme-ish type thing here. So we have a brick wall and like a big sign here, which is neat, I think. Like not overdoing it. And then a space over here for notes and some ideas here. So it's happening. It's kind of neat looking. Ooh, look at me. Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh, Mark, you're ridiculous. That's cool looking. So I've got a banner here. And then it looks like I started a daily log and then I just stopped. Like I started Monday and then I just kept going with my week. And we have here little potion bottles, kickoffs, training. Okay. Well, like my normal weekly overview. Office moves. 2019. I think we might have been moving buildings. So what was I doing? Going through my file cabinets. Packing up my stationery drawer, consolidating my succulents. There's no such thing as consolidating succulents. I had so many at this time. It was absolutely insane. Wiping down my desk, things to remember. These are things I need to take with us. And we were moving on the 18th. I got some more notes for some meetings here. So it must have been like a really long training session to have that many days. A little fun October. Oh, making moves. All right. So I was ready to almost move into a new bullet journal. What worked? 2-page spreads, weeklies with rapid logs. Yep. This whole notebook would fill with that. What didn't work? Dutch doors. I did it once. And I thought, no, we're not doing that. Monthly trackers. Nope. Collections to move. My one-on-ones, hashtags, my design op notes, meetings, and leading a T. Rowe Price. So these are all things that are happening. So yeah, and these, I think the rest of this notebook is my conference that I went to. I need to read back through these. This all happened sitting in like theater type seats and just like jotting down all the notes that I could. So who even knows what these say? But like these are a lot of people that I still look up to now, that were sharing a lot. So I need to actually go back to these and read through these notes, because I'm sure there's some real fire inside of here that like I need to know. Share this with the team. Who knows what that is? Some links. I'll have to figure it out. Ugh, this is just good times. I love going to this conference. I do so much. It's so much fun. Dave Maloof amplifying. Ugh, love it. Here's more program management. Jackie, she's my girl. I love her so much. She's so cool. I need to read through all of these. This is so good. Oh, and now we're back. October. Tasks. The end of October. So is this the end of the notebook? Let's see. Yeah. That's it.
Let me tell you, it is so awesome going back through these old bullet journals. I love doing these videos because it's like a trip down memory lane. It brings me back to what I was doing at that time at work, things that I was taking notes on. What was I excited about? What was I not? And it's also incredible to look back and think that in some days I was only writing down a handful of notes or a handful of tasks, where now I'm like in a B5 size notebook and I'm writing and filling every single page almost. So it's really fun for me to go through these. Hopefully you found some inspiration for your own bullet journals and maybe want to kick up the habit yourself. If you do want to start a bullet journal, whether it be in a dot grid, a Leuchtturm, or any brand, you can actually check out this video right here, which will go through all of the basics of setting up your bullet journal and getting started. And this one, I actually do it inside of a line journal, which is pretty cool. I appreciate you checking out today's video, and I'll talk to you very soon. See ya.